I've made this, but I've realised that I had boiled the water and I had got distracted with something and let it cool down a bit, and so the sugar hasn't dissolved properly, and so when I suck it up I can feel the little bits of sugar. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today, as I'm filming this, is Sunday, but as you're watching it, it's Monday, and today I'm filming my summary of my 8th week, 8th week, everyone's 8th week in lockdown, essentially. So yeah, week 8, that's basically 2 months now, isn't it? Crazy. I have bullet pointed some stuff. I also only have 12% battery on my camera, and normally with these I ramble a bit and kind of edit it down a lot, so I'm just going to try and get through it as much as possible, and then maybe I'll have less to edit. We'll see. First thing I've got written down is I've started doing this week. Actually first I just want to say I've actually had a pretty good week. I haven't been very motivated though in the last few days, and I've kind of let the flat get a bit messy, and so I really need to like sort that out and tidy it up a bit, but like mentally I've been fine this week. Okay, so I started doing this thing called the Morning Pages Journal. I heard about this from Grace Victory. If you haven't heard of her, I will leave her channel links down below. She has been talking more about, I guess, like trauma that she's been through. I don't think she's actually specified what kind of trauma she has been through as a child, but she went through some childhood trauma, and she kind of talks about her therapy, overcoming trauma, crystals, lots of like self-reflection and improving yourself, spirituality, that kind of thing. I'm not someone who's into crystals or spirituality. I guess it's more like I just don't know anything about it. The colour is really pale. Hold on, I'm just gonna go turn the brightness down a little bit. Yeah, so I've not been really into that, but what I am really into is more like meditation, lots of self-reflection, improving yourself as a person, trying to anything that could maybe help anxiety or help you just feel more at peace every day, and like mindfulness and like trying to love life. What's that called? Is it biophilia, I think, which is like the love of life, which so many people lose at some point, and like I'm interested in kind of getting that back. Anyway, there is this thing called the Morning Pages Journal, and there's a book called The Artist's Way, The Morning Pages Journal. I can't remember who it's written by, but I will leave it somewhere on the screen. And basically, I've just realised I've only got 2 minutes on my memory card. This is going so well, isn't it? Oh my god. I'm going to delete some files and I'll be back. Okay, now I've got 56 minutes. Cool. Yeah, this woman made this book, and basically the idea is that every morning sit down and write out 3 A4 length, fill out 3 pieces of A4 paper with your thoughts, like stream of consciousness. So not even that you have to finish a sentence. You know how sometimes you start thinking about something and then you think about something else, and if you were writing you might think, let me just finish a sentence and then write the next thing, whereas this is very much like whatever comes into your head, just write it down. And yeah, I've been doing that. So I think the idea is, I haven't actually read the introduction to it or anything like that. I've kind of picked up from Grace's video, and then I've read a couple of blogs on it. And I think the premise is that you have lots of thoughts in your head and in your subconscious mind, and as well throughout the day sometimes those thoughts can just play around in your mind, or you can just be thinking about them over and over again. And it's with the idea that you kind of just write anything down, and those thoughts that are in your mind are out there now, they're on paper, and hopefully then you're not overthinking them every day. Yeah, so I've been doing it now. I think this is the 4th day I've done it. best practice though, they say, is to like wake up and write it before you've checked your phone or anything like that. I need to get into that habit because I definitely haven't been doing that. I've been like checking my phone, making myself a coffee, that kind of thing, and then I've been like, oh, morning pages. I'm thinking maybe if I leave the notebook on my bedside table or something, I might see it first thing and be like, oh yeah, but we'll see. And you know what? I found it really easy. We actually practiced doing it when I was in my 3rd year maybe of uni, 2nd year of uni. We did, basically we had a whole year on like self-reflection and stuff like that. Oh, a bit of my spit just went in the wrong hole, that's nice. Yeah, and so we practiced that a lot actually. And yeah, I found it quite easy. And the thing is as well, she says like, don't read it back yourself and don't obviously let anyone else read it, because if you think someone's going to read it, you might edit what you say. And some of the stuff I've written here, literally on my first day, was like, my wrist is hurting already from writing so much. And I've written just stuff that's in my mind to do with my family or to do with men or anything random. I need to do this today. Oh, I'm on my time of the month. Literally just anything that's in my mind, I've just been writing it down. This is an A5 notebook, and so I've been writing 4 pages of A5. I'm glad actually to find a use for this notebook. This I got in Sainsbury's years ago. It says Daydreamer, but it's a hardback, and it's quite like thick compared to other ones, and I always thought like this is almost like special, but I've never been like a journaler, and I've never been a story writer or something, you know, to fill out a notebook, and so this actually kind of seems like the perfect thing to fill it with. So I've been doing that, and I have found in the last few days that my mind seems to be a lot more clear, and I've been quite happy. However, I also downloaded TikTok about 3 or 4 days ago, and so that's been distracting me a lot from things that I should be doing. And that's been actually giving me a lot of laughter just by myself. I've been laughing at like 4 in the morning watching Mark Ferris's TikToks, and I have been like all motivated to like you can save sounds, and I've been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that kind of video and stuff like that, and I've been really excited and like motivated for TikTok. Typical like procrastination from not tidying my flat, and no doubt on Monday when I've got to do work, I will be like, oh, I'll tidy my flat now, you know, because I just love to procrastinate. But yeah, so I downloaded TikTok as well. My username's the same as my Instagram. It's KayleighMC92, and I've been loving it so far. Yeah, I really like TikTok, and I feel kind of old, and there are some kind of young men on there, like 23, that I'm like, oh, hi, I'll follow you. Yeah, but I really like it. I've done a Gemma Collins like one as well, and I've saved some Gemma Collins like sounds to do, and yeah, I've done like one singing video, one dancing video with my sister on FaceTime, and one like talking funny video. It was Gemma Collins, and I like lip synced along to her, and I think I'm just gonna carry on doing like a mixture of all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I've been loving it. Where is my week 8 summary gone? Okay, I've been doing again more like video calls with family and work. My dad and my brother, every Wednesday evening we do a Zoom call together, or a house party call. This week my dad planned it, and we played basically categories or banana. I don't know what you would call it. People call it different things, but you have a list of categories and then you get given a letter, and you have to answer the category with the word beginning with that letter, which I quite like, to be fair. I don't think I won though. For my diploma that I'm doing in like understanding trauma and mental health in children and young people, we had like a catch-up session, and I think normally there's like 20 to 30 of us, but in the catch-up session there's probably only like 7 of us. But that was so nice to like refresh things and see everyone, and it was really nice. I really loved it. Work-wise, we have been, I can tell like I'm getting a bit busier now, and we are doing some like online training, not live though, thank goodness, because I wouldn't have signed up for it, but we have to like present something, like basically speaking while recording a PowerPoint presentation, so they wouldn't see me. So I need to like create a script for the module that I've got, which is quite nerve-wracking, but I'm glad it's not live. I don't like doing things live. I get a bit nervous. Story times. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I wanted to start doing story times on a Friday. I did record one and then just really didn't like it, but I am gonna be doing them on a Friday. I don't know whether I'll call them story times though, because they're not all like necessarily me retelling a story of something that's happened. Like I want to talk about just all the old jobs that I've had before I've had this one. I want to talk about my mental health journey. I want to also do kind of like more sit down and like talk about like loving yourself and what helps my anxiety. Then also want to talk about men that I've dated and stuff like that. And I don't know what to call them. I feel like I want that series to have a name. Like Colleen Ballinger has Colleen's Corner. Kathleen Knights had Cat Chats. And I don't know what to call them. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I don't know. Kayleigh, maybe I should just call the story. Chat with me? I don't know. I don't know, but that stressed me out trying to think of a name for the series. They don't even have to have a name, but I like the idea for myself of them all to have a name, and maybe they can all go into one playlist. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think about that, but I am going to do that from Friday. I feel like I'm being really formal. The camera, the battery is flashing. Boris said that we can go on a walk with one other person from another household, but you have to stay 2 meters apart. My dad said, like, do you want to, you know, if that's something you want to do? And I was like, I'm alright actually. To be fair, I'm fine. I'm not like really craving seeing someone in person, because all we're gonna do is, one, I don't like walking. I've never been much of a walker. Two, like we're just going to talk, whereas we video chat often, like me and my family, and we call each other often, and so it's a bit like we're just going to say the things that we normally say. If once like they say you can hug people, then I'll be like, hi, can I hug you? But right now, like, I'm okay with that, but I know there are lots of people who like obviously have been really missing people and maybe can't contact them as much as I can, and me and my family aren't much of like, we've been phoning and video calling each other a lot more than obviously we would have before. Before we probably would never phone each other. We just knew which days we were going to see each other, and so we've been doing that a lot more. We're not that kind of family that like talk all the time, and so I'm kind of like, the video calls are fine. The phone calls that we have every once in a while are fine. Like, I don't need anything more right now. None of us do. It's not just me being like, nope. Anyway, so yeah, I'd want to put that update in there. Also, I made some banana and Nutella muffins. I filmed it and there's a video on my channel, and it actually went really well. Except I didn't check how much Nutella I had, and I only had enough to put in 9 muffins instead of 12, and not that much, but I still did it and they tasted amazing. And I dropped some of them off to my mum's house, and then she texted me and said, we've all tried them and they're really nice. So that was good. And I was really relieved to have done some baking with banana that actually went well. Yoga, I forgot to say last week, but basically I finished my initial 30 days of yoga. It took me probably a week longer than 30 days because some days I didn't do it, but I got to day 30, and now I've moved on to like another 30 days that Adrian has on her channel. However, I've kind of been doing it more like every other day, and then on the day I'm not doing the yoga, I'm putting yoga music on and doing what feels good and what I feel like my body needs on that day, because now I feel more confident and like I know some moves. So one day I'm copying her, another day I'm doing what I want, and kind of going like that. Yeah, but I am like quite proud. I don't know, like in my head, like when I think about lockdown, I think about yoga and the ukulele. Like I'm probably soon TikTok will like overrule that as well. But that's what my lockdown has basically been consisting of. I haven't watched anything this week, I don't think. I finished season 2 of Dead to Me. But yeah, haven't even checked to see if there's been any Ascenders. I haven't had the Xbox on. I've literally just been playing Farmville 2, Tropic Escape, and looking at TikTok. And I'm 27 years old. Oh dear. But yeah, I can't believe how quickly I've just filmed all that. I've got nothing else written down. Oh, I've also noticed that I've been spending a lot more on the weekly food shop than I normally would. However, I also thought, like, normally I only spend like this much, but then I kind of go to work and then we'll have the girls, like, we'll go to Costa for lunch, or we'll go somewhere for lunch if we're working in the office, or I'll meet my friends for a dinner out. And so I guess actually if I added both of those up, that's kind of what I'm spending on food now, because I'm at home all the time. And I keep being in the shop and being like, oh, you know what, that looks quite interesting, I'm in lockdown, I'm going to treat myself, and then like buying different food and like more interesting food to kind of make my food life more exciting. I've always been the kind of person who I buy food for myself that's really boring. Like I would just go to the veggie section, look at the frozen stuff and be like, oh, okay, I'll eat this breadcrumb weird thing and I'll just have it with some broccoli and cauliflower or some rice. Like I'm quite boring at home. So when I said to people like I was going vegan at home, they were like, but what do you eat? And it's like, don't even ask me, because I just eat the most boring stuff. Like I'm not a very interesting person when it comes to food. But then when I would eat out, I'd be like, oh yeah, right, okay, let's have all the good stuff. But now I've been like, oh, let's buy all the interesting stuff. And yeah, I haven't been eating vegan at home. Still, I feel like, I don't know, it started off at first when there was like nothing there, and so I just bought like some things that had like milk in them and stuff, but I still haven't bought like any raw meat. I'm still drinking oat milk, but I did buy like Philadelphia cheese with the garlic and herb in to have with some pasta and like red onion and mushrooms, and some ice creams I've bought as well, haven't been vegan. And I had I bought pizza as well. So, you know, it's not like I've gone completely like, I'm a meat eater now and I'm gonna, but yeah, my food has changed, and I'm hoping that maybe once the lockdown's finished I kind of get back on it a bit more and be a bit stricter with myself about it. But right now I'm not being strict with myself, I'm actually being quite relaxed with myself, and I actually feel like I'm getting along with myself a lot better. Does that sound weird? But like, I feel like I'm just letting things slide a bit, and I don't know, I'm being a bit more like relaxed with myself, and yeah, I'm feeling all right, all good. The battery just died as I went, it's all good. So I'm just filming this end bit on my phone. Hopefully you can hear me okay, and I'm gonna airdrop it onto my MacBook, because I'm not gonna go and charge it just to then bring it back for this little clip. I'm gonna put my camera on charge now, do some other stuff, and then just carry on filming other videos in a bit. But yeah, thank you for watching my summary of week 8 in lockdown. Hope your week 8 has gone okay, whether you're working, whether you're with people, whether you're alone. I just hope that you're okay and your family are okay as well. And yeah, I really appreciate people still watching my videos during this time. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now, put my camera on charge and make another TikTok. See you later, bye.